When you picture the open ocean, what do you see? Probably this huge, empty blue space, right? Well, the reality is, it's more like a network of invisible superhighways, absolutely packed with thousands of gigantic ships moving 24/7. So, what on Earth keeps them all from crashing into each other?
Okay, let's get into it. The answer, believe it or not, lies in this book. For any officer on a ship's bridge, this is their Bible. It's the one guide they know inside and out to navigate the busiest waters on Earth without disaster.
Because, that's really what we're talking about here, isn't it? You've got two structures the size of skyscrapers, both loaded with cargo and fuel, barreling towards each other. And there are no traffic lights, no stop signs, no lanes painted on the water.
And the stakes, they just could not be higher. One tiny mistake, a single miscalculation, and you're looking at an absolute catastrophe. We're talking devastating oil spills, global supply chains just seizing up, and of course the very real human tragedy.
So, how do we avoid all that? Well, it all comes down to this incredible international agreement. Let's take a look at the ocean's official rule book.
Officially, it's called the Convention on the International Regulations for Preventing Collisions at Sea. That's a mouthful, so pretty much every mariner on the planet just calls them the COLREGs. And these are the official rules of the road for every single vessel out on the high seas.
And the amazing thing is, this isn't just one country's law. It's a universal language of safety. It's like a global pact that makes sure a captain from, say, China and a captain from Brazil are on the exact same page, following the exact same rules when their ships meet.
Now, when you look at this, you might think, whoa, 41 rules, that seems really complicated. But what's so clever is how it's all organized. It's broken down into these logical parts that cover everything you can imagine, from basic steering and sailing rules to the specific lights and signals ships have to show. It's designed to cover literally every possible scenario, whether you can see for miles or you're in the middle of a dense fog.
Now, for our purposes, we're not going to go through all 41 rules. Don't worry. Instead, we're going to focus on three core ideas, what you might call the three golden rules that are the absolute foundation of sailing safely. First up, Rule 5, keep a proper lookout. And this is totally non-negotiable. It means you are always scanning, not just with your eyes, but with your ears, with your radar, with every single tool you have. The goal is to build a complete 360-degree picture of everything happening around your vessel at all times. Next up is Rule 6, maintain a safe speed. Now, the key here is that safe speed isn't a number on a sign. It's completely relative. It all depends on things like visibility, how much traffic there is, the weather, and how quickly your ship can actually stop. The whole point is to only go as fast as you can to still have enough time to react if something goes wrong.
And here's the one that might surprise you. It's Rule 2, responsibility. This rule is basically an admission that no rulebook can cover every single situation. It actually gives a mariner permission, it gives them the duty to break any of the other rules if it's the only way to avoid an immediate collision. At the end of the day, good seamanship trumps everything else.
Okay, so this brings us to what is maybe the most fascinating and honestly counterintuitive idea in the whole rulebook, the official pecking order of ships.
See, here's the thing. Out on the ocean, your size doesn't give you the right of way. What matters is your maneuverability. The ship that can get out of the way the easiest has the biggest responsibility to do just that.
And this lays out that hierarchy perfectly. At the bottom, you have a power-driven vessel, like a big container ship. It has to give way to a sailing vessel. That sailboat, in turn, has to stay clear of a fishing boat with its nets out. The fishing boat has to avoid a ship that has restricted maneuverability, maybe one laying a cable. And at the very top of the pyramid, a vessel not under command, basically a ship that's dead in the water. Absolutely everyone has to get out of its way. The less control you have, the more right of way you get. Just stop and think about that for a second. This absolutely colossal 500,000-ton container ship is legally required to change its course for a tiny little sailboat. And why? Because that container ship has powerful engines. It can turn, speed up, slow down, whatever it needs to do. The sailboat? It's kind of at the mercy of the wind. Simple as that. So when you put all of these rules together, what do you really have? You have this incredible, invisible system of trust and procedure that keeps our entire world moving. This system is the hidden reason the device you're watching this on right now arrives safely. It's what ensures the food in our supermarkets and the fuel in our cars gets to where it needs to be. And the whole thing is built on this foundation of good seamanship and the immense responsibility placed on the shoulders of the officers on that watch.
There's a great quote from a British maritime judge, a Mr. Justice Sheen, who just summed up the whole philosophy perfectly. He said the rules are designed so that ships never even get close to a dangerous situation in the first place. It's all about taking action early, long before there's a problem.
And really, that's the ultimate point here. The whole purpose of the COLREGs isn't to help you manage a crisis when it happens. It's to navigate with such skill and such foresight that the risk of that crisis, the risk of a collision, never even gets a chance to develop at all. Which, of course, leaves us with a really fascinating question for the future. As we start moving into an age of autonomous, AI-driven cargo ships, how is this system, a system so deeply built on human judgment, on experience, on this concept of good seamanship, how is that going to have to change and evolve to keep our oceans safe?